James Lund, so you've come to the right place. This is a review of Poet's Leap. This is a Riesling Columbia Valley 2019 vintage. Stay tuned and I'll tell you about this wine. Huge fan of Riesling. So the best Rieslings have been from Washington State. In addition to that, a few California producers, but ultimately the bulk of this has been from Washington State, as well as Canada, if we're thinking of the North America perspective, BC and Ontario as well. So to me, this wine is really representative and beautiful in terms of its expression and being what it is, comfortable in its own skin at a 12.3% ABV wine. So ultimately, I think you can definitely taste this on its own, but pair this with food is my opinion on this in terms of optimized experience. And to me, what I really want to be enjoying this in. Sometimes Riesling is really often, this is an off-dry wine. You can really be tasting this in terms of, say, Asian food. And of course, you know, definitely think German food, but also think about things like a roast pork loin and apples, or think about an Italian sausage with anise, or even Mexican food, which a lot of people don't think of Mexican food and wine. And yes, they can and do go together. To me, Mexican food is best served with something like this, with the off-dry cuts through in terms of some of those really high spice or heat notes. And it doesn't get lost in the mix. That is a beauty of Riesling. So I think that's a really important thing to look at. So here's the label up close. Now this is a case production of 4,200 cases, a $20 suggested retail price point, low ABV of 12.3%. Now the wine is inspired by Armand Deal of Schlossgut Deal. And I have reviewed the 2014 vintage. I'll place that video actually right up here in the YouTube card so you can take a look at that as well. Now the fermentation is the following. Small lots of hand-picked grapes were sorted and gently whole cluster pressed to avoid imparting bitterness, then fermented in stainless steel tanks at a cool temperature of 60 degrees Fahrenheit, which is about 15 degrees centigrade, to preserve fresh fruit aromas and flavors. Once fermentation was complete, the winemaking team carefully evaluated each lot, assembling a perfectly balanced wine for the final blend. So on this, a nose of green apple, petrol notes are very friendly and evident here, and then Commons pear, beeswax, and a bit of floral notation as well. Next is the palate characterization. Now, a very beautiful, vibrant acidity to this wine. And it's also seeming like there's some frizzante, but there really isn't. So this is notes of green apple, Asian pear, flowers, and oyster shell. This is 92 points out of 100 points. More information on the producer down below. Questions and comments. I think the value is outstanding. Please subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so already. And if you have, thank you so much. Merci beaucoup to you. I do appreciate it. And in between videos, you'll find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and WordPress. Thank you for your support. Please share this video, and I will see you in the next video.